On the 4th of June this year, I delivered a budget speech as the MMC of Finance in the Tshwane Municipal Council. In this speech, I stressed that the city has a 2 billion rand capital budget and that the majority of the projects that will be focused on is in township areas. Subsequently, Mayor Soyebrink has been removed from office because of claims that the DA and his government did not prioritize township areas. Yet 2 minutes after the coalition of chaos with the proxy mayor Nasipi Moya took office, the very same mayor who comes from Action SA claiming that the DA did not prioritize township areas now say that this very budget that was tabled by Mayor Soyebrink, budget speech delivered by myself, is indeed a budget that favors the poorest area of our city. I guess it's about who says it.
I'm going to go straight to the point. One of the previous MMCs saying that it's very surprising that they said the city did not have budget for townships, but already Dr. Moya has declared 2 billion reserved for township issues. Do you know anything about that, and where did they get the 2 billion if Action SA said they did not budget, they do not have anything? I just want to get this one out of the way.
No, I'm not aware of that. I didn't hear Dr. Moya declaring that, so unfortunately I can't assist on that one.
Past that, let's talk to the second topic, which is the budget. And please forgive my ignorance on this one. How many budgets do you guys have, and how many terms does this budget have? It seems immediately when you guys left office, there was this 2 billion that was available for township infrastructure.
So there's only one budget.
Okay, let me give it back to you.
So there's only one budget.
Okay.
The budget was approved on the 6th of June after I delivered the speech on the 4th of June. The Municipal Finance Act then says that you can bring adjustment budgets, but there's very strict rules and when you can bring adjustments budget and what you can do in adjustments budget. And the adjustments budget period is only in February. So the current budget that the city is working on is the budget that was approved on the 6th of June as tabled by Mayor Soyebrink.
Okay, so let me ask you what I've been asking everyone. I've asked Gwen as well. So do you think there are merits to the allegation that has been clouding your administration, that you are concentrating your resources and energies on the east side of the city and some parts where in suburbia where ratepayers would be white, unlike the Ososhanguve, Mamelodis and stuff? Is there merit to it? Because then I want to tie the question up with the budget, on the reflection of the budget. Do you want to?
So that's a narrative that political parties have been trying to drive for a while, and it isn't true. The largest chunk of the budget that was tabled had a 2 billion rand capital side to it, and the rest was operation. The biggest part of the capital budget, majority there of this, is grants. And grants get spent mostly in areas as specified by national government, and also areas that needs development, which is then the majority of those projects are in traditional what we refer to as township areas. There is some projects in suburban areas, but the majority of them is in areas where there is largely black largely black residents. You then have the operational side of the budget, which is split up in the 7 regions of the city, and ultimately the priorities of a government is seen as to where they spend their money. And again, even on the operational side, it is not a case of the majority of those are spent in suburban areas. what is in actual fact true is that the operational budget is allocated to what is called ROC, the Regional Operations Centre. And from there's then decisions made by officials on how that is distributed under the watchful eye of the government. So
twofold question.
Yes.
One coming from Randall. Randall spoke about how Celia's administration had increased the budget to make it look clean. Please, I want you to think about how you're going to explain it to the audience with less complicated financial jargon.
The mayor has taken the decision, which he himself said, is that he's now increasing the budget. The budget under me was about 43 billion rands. But he has now increased the budget to 48 billion rands. And he's quite proud of it. But here's the thing. If you run a business and you have less income, how can you increase your expenditure? You simply cannot do that. If there's less income, you have to reduce your expenditure. Because now when he increases the budget to 48 billion, what he is saying, he's going to spend 48 billion rands. So where's the money going to come from? In fact, what is happening now, the city of Tshwane is running an unfunded budget. A budget that is not funded. So they're spending money that they don't have.
What you're referring to from what Randall said? No. I listened to majority of his interview, but I did not pick up on anything where he said we increased the budget. The city does not have the capacity to increase the budget. We have an unfunded budget, and we've got a deficit of about 4 billion.
Is that he's now increasing the budget. The budget under me was about 43 billion rands. But he has now increased the budget to 48 billion rands. And is that he's now increasing the budget. The budget under me was about 43 billion rands. But he has now increased the budget to 48 billion rands. And
what you're referring to from what Randall said? No. I listened to majority of his interview, but I did not pick up on anything where he said we increased the budget. The city does not have the capacity to increase the budget. We have an unfunded budget, and we've got a deficit of about 4 billion.
What went into choosing specific portfolios in your mayoral committee? What is it? Was it just convincing? Was it just lobbying, or you put your heart based on the individual and where they are from?
So I think the first one was to say to all political parties, these are the portfolios we have. Who do you have that can be the best for each portfolio? You will see someone like Franz Boshielo. He is the former deputy city manager here in Tshwane. He was responsible for infrastructure, and that's the person that we now have as an MMC. You will see someone like Councillor Morodo of Action SA. She was the chairperson of MPEC. So we see her being now responsible for these support services. And you'll see someone, for instance, like Alderman Malulega. He's an alderman, which means he's served in various terms. He's been a Section 79 committee chairperson. So that's basically the push and pull that we have done. But most importantly, we said to political parties, let's talk a portfolio was where you think you can serve best, and then give us your best. And I'm confident that this is the best they could give us.